back here. A lot of great highlights to talk about and a lot of great pitching to talk about. Joe, what can you tell us about the pitching on the mound for the Rivets this past week?
Well, Scott, as we know, every team starts with good pitching. Cole Belair picked up 2 wins this last week to improve his overall record to 3-0 in the season. Belair's week was highlighted by his performance yesterday against Kalamazoo, June 10th. He went 7 innings while striking out 8 while allowing 1 walk and just 3 hits.
The Fresh Prince was dealing.
He's definitely our ace. Would you say so?
Yes, sir.
Cooper Kane received Northwood's pitcher of the night honors for the second time this season in a 7-2 win Thursday, June 7th against Fond du Lac. He went 7 innings while allowing no runs and just 3 hits. And finally, Jackson Bronke got the win on Saturday, June 9th, when he went 6 innings, struck out 10 against Lakeshore. In total, the team struck out 18 batters that night, Scott. So very impressive stuff from the Rivets pitching staff.
Yeah, and you just talked about starting pitchers, but a new relief pitcher coming in the mix too, Evan Snyder, the Cobra. He, in 6 innings pitched thus far this year, Snyder has only allowed 1 run to cross the plate, and he's struck out a total of 8 batters. It's going to be exciting to watch the rest of the season as he maybe will find his way into the starting rotation for the Rivets. He was one of the new players to show up, and there were 3 batters that also made their mark in their debuts. Parker Bates started us off. In his debut was 2 for 4. First pitch he saw, home run to deep right field. I like to see that. Start of a successful summer, hopefully, from Parker Bates. A few days later, it was the debut for Justin Walker out of Indiana. He started at third in his first game, brought home 2 RBIs with a double late in the game to ice the game for the Rivets in their win over the Chinooks. And then yesterday, Cade Bunnell, he started at third. Justin Walker moved over to shortstop. Cade Bunnell was the first run to come across the board in the leadoff spot for the Rockford Rivets. New faces are coming in, and it's exciting. The Rivets are only getting better, so great to see.
As I previously mentioned, Cole Belair, the ace for the Rivets, has been dominant in his past couple performances. Last night I spoke to him after his big win against Kalamazoo. Thanks, Scott. Here with Cole Belair. Cole, another dominant performance. What was working for you out there?
Pretty much just mostly a lot of off-speed and kind of beating them late with fastballs. They were just kind of getting themselves out every time I threw something hard at them. But I was getting a decent amount of swing and misses on off-speed.
What kind of zone do you get in before a game? You're not your loud self normally when you pitch.
No, usually I just try to lock in and stay mentally focused. Usually the thing I do is I don't like looking at the scoreboard. I don't like to see how many hits I gave up or anything like that. But I try to stay as locked in as possible. But, yeah, I'm a different person out there, definitely.
Thanks, Cole. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Scott Gladstone here with Nolan Gazouski. Nolan, first off, it's been a good start to the season for you. What's working for you with the team?
Pretty much getting ahead early with the fastball and finishing with the slider late.
Now, Coach Brian Smith, he really trusts you. You've come in a lot of late game scenarios with your team up by a couple runs. What can you say about being able to be put into clutch situations?
At Ball State this past year, I was put in a lot of big situations like that, so I think that helped prepare me for this. So Coach just trusts me now with that experience at Ball State.
And finally, like going forward the rest of the season, what are your goals to get out of playing in the Northwoods League? 72 games in 76 days, getting a lot of innings, and what do you want to get out of it?
Experience on the mound and also get on Pro Scouts' radar since next year I'll be draft eligible, so that's the goal in the end run.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Scott Gladstone.
Good stuff. Great stuff. Yeah, Joe Byers here. You all know me, obviously. I'm ready for another challenge. 3 pitches. I want to see what I'm clocked at versus this guy right here. Let's do it.
You know Nolan can pitch really fast, right?
I know everything.
Do you even have a glove?
Absolutely. Right here. Always.
Do you carry that with you all the time?
Yes. Let's do this.
All right, let's set it up. Velo challenge.
85!
That's a balk.
Oh, we got that. Moved on me. 81! 84! Joe, you're up! All right.
It's nothing.
I got my glove back. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
All right, yeah,
you got one.
I could probably just catch the bear. All right. So.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, 85, right?
85.
That's the mark to be.
What do you go out of the stretch? I'm doing it without a glove.
Yeah.
Yeah, that adds like 20 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah.
51.
You sure?
That's accurate.
You got a bum radar gun here. It's all right. You're not holding it correctly.
It's gonna
for one.
flash up like on the rookie.
Yeah, right.
91.
Come on, bring it. Third one. 59. Just short.
It's not too bad, right?
Recap. First of all, that was our segment, Average Joe, with Joe Byers. Took the tough L against Nolan Gazouski, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, I think. Joe, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, he's definitely. I'm Average Joe. I'll give him the title of above average for sure.
Yeah, he's above average for sure.
Probably.
Tune in every week to see Joe Byers compete against another Rockford Rivets player. 0 for 2. Do you think you're going to get the win next week?
Like a regular baseball player would say, it's a long season, so anything can happen.
That is true. We'll see you next time on Average Joe.
We're the Rockford Rivets and Northwoods League baseball team. But since we've only been around for 3 years, no one recognizes us, even in Rockford.
That's why we carry the Rivets Gold Card.
No matter where we sit in the standings, it keeps us from being shut out of our favorite Rockford joints.
So if you're looking for Northwoods League fun, apply for the Rivets Gold Card.
Rivets Gold Card. Don't get caught stealing without one.
Ending tonight, 7 of the last 8 games have been at home for the Rockford Rivets. Thus far, without tonight's game against the Kalamazoo Growlers, the boys in black and white and gold have been 5-1. So it's been beautiful home cooking for the Rivets, but a lot of time on the road coming up this next week. They start off 2 games against the Green Bay Bullfrogs on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. Then they go to Kenosha, play the Kingfish for the first time this season, before the second half of that home-and-home series comes here on Friday, June 15th. It's Gold Card night. Come out to the stadium if you get a chance. And then Saturday and Sunday, it's a 2-game series on the road against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. Joe, what are you looking forward to seeing in this next week of Rivets baseball?
I think you hit the nail right on the head there. We need to see the Rivets play a little bit more consistently on the road for sure. It's always fun to see them win at home, but if they want to compete this year, we're going to need some away wins for sure, and a lot of new faces too. So we're going to see a lot of different people coming in from different schools now that a lot of guys are done with their seasons, and it should be interesting to see some new players come in.
Yeah, always excited. We'll see you next week on Rivets Rundown. I'm Scott Gladstone. For Joe Byers and our entire crew who have edited this, directed this, and put this together, get riveted, and good night.